Investors and traders, welcome to the channel Market Chart Pattern. Today is 5th of July 2025. Hope everyone is having a fantastic weekend. To all my subscribers from the United States and all every American, wherever they are, a belated happy July the 4th. I hope you had a fantastic day. So we'll be taking a look at the key financial stocks and ETFs in this video segment. We haven't done a segment about this in quite some time, so it will need some updating. As always, this video is for educational purposes only. It's not a financial advice. So let's start. We are taking a look at the KRE, which is the regional banking ETF. And here we were watching for this 135 pattern formation when we took a look at the chart last time. The interesting thing is this pattern has actually been broken, which is really nice for the bulls. And look how strong the KRE was last week, 6.36%. I believe it was all in anticipation of the big beautiful bill being passed, which actually reduces the taxation by quite a bit, which is really helpful for companies which are smaller companies. And this is where the regional banks come in. They are providing liquidity, financing and stuff like that to these companies. So I think we are getting this reflected, and the financials in general, I think they are likely to benefit. So we'll take a look at the XLF shortly. So I am actually going to modify this a little bit. I want to perhaps the rally. So this is no longer valid, which is good for the bull. So I'm just going to remove this. There we go. Oops. Why am I not able to remove? Here it's gone. It's broken above this. So let's actually get rid of this as well. Here we go. And now what we are setting up is potentially a bigger ABCD like this. So look, this support at 61 has held since March of this year. So let's start by taking a look at the possibility of an AB equals CD, 1-to-1 price projection. And that actually takes us to new all-time highs, or at least at the test of these highs right here. So really interesting how this is all panning out for regional banks, and the small caps should benefit as well. Now let's take a look at the XLF. Here we go. So the XLF is really breaking out. Last time when we had a look, it was just consolidating right at the 78.6% retracement. But look, it's just going into the new high territory. So what we can do is we can have a expansion like this, drawn like this. And most likely it is trying to target the 1.272 to 1.618. 55 to 58.60 is most likely shorter term targets for this. And of course there are the individual stocks, some of the banking stocks. Goldman Sachs has been really strong. I think it's going for 750, which is the next 1.618 extension of the AB leg of this long-term AB equals CD coming from the 2020 March lows. So within these 5 years time, the stock has just gone from the lows of 2020 130 to 700. That's it's really amazing. And then if we take a look at the JPMorgan stock, really strong. I had thought when it got around here 223, that might be that wasn't a big ABCD, so I thought maybe the stock was likely to top out right here and go into a bit of a longer, something like this, the BC swing. We did not exactly get that. In fact, it went a little bit higher, but then we had this, and it was still a pretty big decline, about 27%. I have it written here. Really big decline, and now I think it's right at 300. Maybe it goes up a little bit, 325, 328. It looks like to be the next target. And if we take a look at this AXP, this one is also breaking out. You can see that I think quite easily it could get to 343. And let's see if we have some sort of confluence around there. We don't. Yeah, $350 is kind of I think where it could actually is aiming for. Then let's take a look at what shall we take a look at Morgan Stanley. Excuse me, that's the wrong stock. Morgan Stanley. So this is the ABC pattern, ABCD, that I had discussed. Really bullish pattern right here, and now the stock has made new all-time highs, and it's got further to go to the upside. So let's actually take a look at this. 152 to 168 is looks like where the stock wants to go. And then if we take a look at Citigroup, and Citigroup used to be one of the ugly pattern formations, and now it's just gone and taken out these highs. I don't think it has. Oh yes, actually, no, it has not made new all-time highs. In fact, they were way above, but still quite a lot of strength which has come into the stock, which is actually quite good. Excuse me. So maybe 91 to 106 is a shorter term. And then let's take a look at the Berkshire. So, oops. BRK.P. Excuse me, need to take a sip of water. Be back. Yeah, I still haven't recovered. My apologies. Quite well. So, but I'll be posting more charts on Substack because it's a little bit easier for me to do. I've just fallen ill a little bit, so excuse me for that. And what we are looking at here is, look, so this stock is this has retraced quite a bit, but look at this mother candle of 7th of April. It's just retracing into it. Pretty good support around 460. I think it's got a chance 585. Maybe this is whereabouts it wants to go. And then now let's take a look at WFC, which is the Wells Fargo and Company. Here we go, and Wells Fargo is also, yeah, it had this nice ABCD as well. So many of these stocks were doing a really bullish pattern formation while the markets were tanking on the 7th of April. But our pattern recognition is where it's really a forward-looking tool, the ABCD. Whether it's one-to-one price projection or 1.272 times AB leg or 1.618 times the AB leg. Well, of course, we need some sort of confirmations rather than just going and buying the bottom. That's a different topic. But here, look, it's gone and formed a new all-time high as well. So amazing, really amazing stuff. I think in shorter term. Let's take a look what it could do. Yeah, 86.65 to 94.45 is where possibly the stock could actually go. And yeah, and of course I will draw this. I believe what we are looking at is, in fact, I'm gonna take this low because this is where the real breakout happened. And here we go. Yeah, so I think 94 or psychologically $100. This is where the stock might want to go with the Wells Fargo. So this is what we are watching. A bit of a shorter video. My apologies. I had to take a bit of a sip of water. I'm just recovering. For the key U.S. Stocks that we follow from the financial sectors, the KRE, XLF, some of the individual banking stocks. And it does look like with the strength that has come in the KRE, which is the regional banking index, that we are likely to see. Let's take a look at this right now. It's for our other video segment. So this is the Russell 2000, and look at the futures. They performed quite well. A bit of a consolidation last week, but look, they have recovered quite a bit actually. And if we just take a look at the IWM, which is the ETF, look at the ETF, really strong, up 3.53% last week. So it looks like after being in such a long consolidation, double top, bottom here, this market is finally getting its chance to break out, which means there are going to be some really nice opportunities in the small caps, which we should aim to look at. So I will actually do some work on my side, and I have a proprietary system which I've developed, and I will talk more about it. I'll just show you what I mean, and we are able to actually pick stocks individual names and small caps, and I can start a separate segment in which we just begin to take a look at those stocks which the system begins to pick out of the Russell 2000. So it'll be really interesting to take a look at that. Just to give you an example what I'm talking about, so what I currently do is my system produces a report like this, and I actually go and print the also on my Substack, post these. So that's another way for you guys to get it. The link of the Substack will be in the description. So these are basically stocks which outperformed the S&P 500 as of last Thursday, because Friday the market was closed. So you can see these were the stocks which really performed, or rather outperformed the S&P 500. These are just top 10 stocks, by the way. There are many of them. So one day is a bit of a shorter time frame, but what we can do is keep on tracking these, and then also take a look at the stocks during the week to day um, returns, and some of these names will just keep on coming into it, and then of course monthly returns, month to date returns, and we have some of these names coming up. It's quite interesting to see. The list does keep on changing. These are only top 10, so maybe some of those stocks which were in the top 10, they move below number 10. But this just gives us an idea of how the sectors are also moving. And on the year-to-date one, really interesting to see Palantir, which has done fantastically, up 77.65%, and it's just done this in a few weeks actually. And then old names like Seagate Technology, they manufacture hard disk drives, solid state and stuff like that. It's in their gold, of course, Newmont. And then you can see some of these super micro there. GE Vernova has just been constantly in this list for a long time, and Uber has been doing quite well. There we go. So this is the kind of stuff I'll be working on. If you want to get this kind of a list, you'll be able to get this from the Substack. That will be another avenue for you to have a look as well. It's free. Free subscription for now at least. So thank you very much for watching the video. Good luck, good trading, and speak to you guys soon. Apologies, my voice might not be as strong coming in. I'm just still recovering from a bit of an illness I had, so do apologize for that. Speak to you guys soon. Good luck, good trading.